Alright, today we're talking about double standards in society. And also we're deciding if they're stupid or not. Let's go ahead and get into it. We're going to start off with double standards that apply to men. First up, being short. Look, bro, being short as a man is one of the most unfortunate things that could happen to you. Especially in this society where every woman wants a 6'6", 10" thick guy who also owns a scat pack. And traps and scams, but somehow is a D1 basketball player. Don't ask me how it makes sense. Like, when you're short as a guy, you get less respect. All your friends be clowning you because of your height. Most women will curve you if you're under 5'5". Even the ones shorter than you, which we will get into later. The only way to get around this is by simply just being that nigga. You either gotta be hella rich, be hella clouded, or just be a good manipulator. And see, honestly, if you're a girl and you're tall, I can understand you not liking short men. I mean, who the fuck wants to bend down just to kiss their nigga? Like, let's just be real. My problem with this double standard is when y'all shorter women refuse to date shorter guys too. Like, how the hell are you gonna be 4'11" talking about you can't date a guy that's under 6 foot? Like, bitch, who the fuck do you think you are? You honestly think that your short ass is too good to date a short guy? Like, you can't be a 4'11" girl trying to fuck a 6'6" guy, bro. Like, his dick is not gonna fit. You gotta be realistic here, baby. There's a reason why Shaq and his old wife didn't work out. Every time they got done fucking, it would be like she had her period. Blood everywhere. Call the ambulance like shit, nigga. Like, I know y'all females want to live out your tall man NBA player fantasies, but you just gotta understand, if you're 5'2" or below, that shit would just not go. The next double standard is being broke. Oh God. Whenever a man is broke in society, he's just considered a bum. Like, it doesn't matter the stage of life he's in either. Like, he could just be a broke college kid trying to make it by. The only thing everyone sees is a broke nigga. Like, bitch, the books don't pay themselves. Like, where do you think my money's going? And if you even dare to ask for money as a man, you will be ridiculed, laughed at, and straight up told to get a job, little nigga, by all of your friends and peers. And when you go to actually get that job, if it's not a rapper, trapper, or basketball player, then you're finna get called a bum too. And let you work a minimum wage fast food job. Oh, buddy, you're finna get cooked. Anytime you try to talk to a girl and she finds out that you work at Subway, you will simply just never hear from her again. Better start trapping, buddy, because that's the only way you can get some pussy. But if a girl is broke in this society, then all of a sudden she's just a hard-working queen trying to make it through life. Like, the girl could be a broke bum in the trenches, no kids, 3 STDs, and the only way she makes a little bit of money is from her OnlyFans, and approximately 5 down bad pay for her on a monthly basis. But for some reason, she'll just be labeled as a girl that's in between jobs. Like, bitch, no, there's just a lot of niggas in between them legs. And if you ever catch a girl working that same minimum wage Subway job, all of a sudden she's a hard-working queen. Meanwhile, the man is just a broke bitch. Like, how the fuck does that make sense? If a regular guy comes up to these same broke females, all of a sudden you have to have 6 figures to be her nigga. Like, bitch, you work at Wendy's. What the fuck are you talking about? Next is being fat. Being fat as a man is way different than being fat as a woman. Like, if you're a fat man in this society, you're just automatically a bum. Everybody will be clowning you. You will get zero respect from anybody. And if you ever try to dare talk to a female as a fat man, you will either get laughed at or they just won't even respond, which is probably the best option, honestly. And the thing that makes this standard so special is that it doesn't matter if you're a celebrity and you're fat. You're still going to get clowned. Like, do any of y'all remember that whole Gunna slander trend that happened back a couple years ago? People on the internet were literally crying this man Gunna for just being a little bit overweight, bro. Okay, like, still, he wasn't raw way fat, bro. And y'all niggas was cooking this man. Like, you dead ass couldn't scroll on TikTok without seeing a Gunna slander video. And again, Gunna wasn't even that fat, bro. Like, I guarantee he was only 2 heartbreaks away from being slim. So imagine what people like DJ Khaled or Rod Wave had to go through. But when it comes to women, all of a sudden we're all about body positivity now. Like, bitch, get the fuck out of my face with this bullshit, bro. Like, if you say anything bad about a fat woman, even if it isn't related to her being fat, all of a sudden you're fat phobic, you're fat shaming, and now your career, life, and job is all over. But honestly, if we're gonna shame fat people, at least keep the same energy for both sides, or just don't do it at all. Next is sexual arousal. See, this one is one of the most confusing to me, I'm not gonna lie. See, if a woman's vagina doesn't get wet for a guy's dick, for whatever reason, the guy gets blamed. But if a guy can't get hard for a girl, then all of a sudden, he's gay. Or he just has erectile dysfunction, which I don't know about y'all, that shit just doesn't make sense to me. So if a girl isn't attracted to a guy, it's his fault. But if a guy isn't attracted to a girl, it's also his fault. How does that make sense? It's like you're trying to blame the whole situation on a guy. Like, if you're a guy and you can't get hard for a girl, you're just not attracted to that girl. That's simply all that is. It's no, he couldn't get me wet or she couldn't get me hard. No, y'all just not attracted to each other. Y'all shouldn't be fucking. That's really all that is. But for whatever reason in society, it's shamed upon for a guy not to be able to get hard for a girl. But if a girl don't get wet for a guy, then simply the guy just didn't do enough. That's never made sense to me. That's a weird double standard, and we need to fix that. Moving on though. Next, we got double standards for women. First up is being a hoe. See, hoe is one of the worst things you can call women. Because overall, being a hoe in society as a woman is one of the most frowned upon things. Your friends gonna look at you differently. Your family definitely gonna look at you differently. Especially your dad. Oh my God, he will be ashamed. And also, most importantly, men will look at you differently. Like, once men find out that you're a hoe, they will not take you seriously at all. Like, they might act like they taking you seriously. But at the end of the day, there's only one goal in mind. And if they gotta manipulate you to get to that goal, they will do it. But as soon as they find out how many bodies you got, they will flee the scene and just recommend you to one of their homies. But to be honest, it's crazy how much women will get bashed for being hoes. But when it comes to men though, it's a completely different story. Men will get praised for being hoes, bruh. The more bodies you get, the more praise you will get. If you're a hoe as a man, most men will look at you like you're that nigga. Your friends gonna love you, your dad gonna be proud of you, and little boys will look at you as a role model. Because I mean, we all know the old saying, a key that can open any door is a good key, but a door that opens to any key has STDs. But one thing that I always find funny is that a guy can have over 1,000 bodies, 6 baby mamas, 5 kids, 15 STDs, 2 of which are not curable. Whenever he finds out a girl he's talking to has over 1 body, he has a goddamn panic attack. Over here talking about, oh hell nah, no girl of mine will be a hoe. I need me a woman of God. We know what ticket you booked, bro. Don't try to switch up now. By the way, I need me a woman of God. Next up is beauty standards. Like, in all honesty, nowadays, looks is most women's #1 value. I don't want to hear none of that bullshit about, oh, women aren't just about looks, they have way more to offer. Duh. But if we're being very real here, not everybody's gonna be Katherine Johnson, bitch. Most women will have to rely on their looks to honestly get a man, which causes them to use heavy makeup, get plastic surgery done to their body. But guys, on the other hand, we don't gotta worry about that problem. Because if you're ugly as a guy, all you really have to do is just learn how to manipulate women. By the way, I do not do this. If you do that or get a little bit of money, you will be fine. I've seen way more ugly guys pull bad females than ugly girls pull attractive men. But as a woman, if you don't put some makeup on or get a BBL, you're cooked. I ain't gonna lie. Next double standard. Women's hygiene products and birth control. Alright, bro. I'm finna get some hoes on this one. When you really think about it, it's kind of crazy that women have to pay so much money for their hygiene products. Like, they literally bleed out of their coochie one time every single month. Imagine bleeding out of your asshole or just your dick. That will be painful. Nobody wants to do that. Like, I feel like the least we could do is at least lower the price a little bit, because it shouldn't be that expensive. And also, men don't really understand what birth control can do to a woman's body. And the men that do know, honestly, just don't really care. I mean, girls just be popping that shit like candy when it really does affect their body very poorly. Like, that shit can give you mood swings. It makes you gain weight. Also, in some situations, it can mess with your fertility. Like, women are taking risks by going on birth control. Like, I guarantee if men could take birth control, most men probably would. Okay, let's just be real here. We definitely would. Like, you're telling me I could bust as many times as I want in any girl's coochie without having to worry about a kid? Like, come on, bro. I'm finna take the opportunity. Like, let's just be real. Hell, I'll even be a test subject if you need one. I ain't gonna you. But men in general honestly have to stop expecting women to just take these shits. Moving on, though. This double standard is as old as time itself. Women are expected to be able to cook, make sure there's not a single speck of dust on even the ceiling fans, and still be able to take care of 3 kids by herself. Which all separately isn't that hard. But when you put that shit together, it's a lot harder than you think. Like, I guarantee if you give a man that much responsibility, bro, he's driving to the nearest adoption center immediately, bro. Nigga, if you give me 1 kid right now, hell, that'll be my 13th reason. I ain't gonna lie to you. Because no matter what any man says, that shit is not easy. These single moms need more credit. Just mothers in general, too. And also, as a man, you have to learn how to cook, bro. You just go DoorDash and eat McDonald's all the time, bitch. Learn how to cook, bro. But besides all that, that's pretty much it. Appreciate all y'all for watching. Go follow the Instagram right here. Go follow the Twitter right here. And make sure you go follow the Twitch. That's the most important. I'll be streaming on there like 3 to 4 times a week, pretty much every day. And the streams be lit, and that shit been growing. So go check that out. Also, go cop the brand, off brand. All of those links are in the description of the video, so go check those out. But besides all that, that's pretty much it for me. Appreciate all y'all for watching. You know I love all of y'all. Thank you, and goodbye.